Hello guys, Susanna here. Well, we are back again for April block of the month, and this month is a froggy, and I think he is absolutely beautiful. You get the background, and I've done just a little bit of, I did stitching around here just on the machine because it's so fine it really needed to be put down. But I'll show you what you get in the kit. You get the pattern, and then you got the pod to put it on in its tummy. And the pods are a little bit, they're a different colour. Like some of them are in this colour, some of them are in this sort of colour. What's this for? I think that might have been for his eyes. These are for his hands. This is traced out for that. You actually put it onto the thing, and you actually get a background in this one as well. So that's for the tummy. I think this may have been for the eyes, but I don't think I'm going to be... Oh no, that's for here. That's for underneath there. There we go. So yeah, some of them, because this is a batik fabric, it's different in different places. So some of them are on the more yellowy side, and some of them are a bit more of the browny side. So that's what you get in the pattern. And so what I want to do today, I just think he is sorted. I've got some of this fabric, this colour, and then I've got this colour which I want to do on the mouth, and we're going to do the eyes as well. So all around here it's just going to be a back stitch, and then here's, because it's on the pod, so I've just drawn in there with the pencil, so I know where I'm going to go, roughly drawn. It's a little bit different. Just draw where you want it to be. Okay, and then I'm going to do a stitch on that as well. Okay, there we go. Now, so what we do with the eyes, it's sort of like a lighter colour along there, and it's black in the middle. And then, so what I'm going to do is the black. Get the black, and we're just going to do a satin stitch all the way along there like that. It doesn't really matter where that is. And then the same for here, and I'll go all the way to the end, even though it's been stitched there. Actually, because he really is all the way to the end, so that's it. There's a little nose. Okay, now that's for the lip. He is very cute. Actually, I don't think this is the right one. Oop. It might be that one. No. Give me a look. These ones have got bigger eyes. That one's probably a bit too big. We'll go with that one. Is that the same? No, got a bigger eye, which is much better. Now what we're going to do is go with the black along the eye. I'll probably just do one eye, and then I'll do the other one later. And then I'll show you what I'm going to do along here. We're going to do a stem stitch along there, and then this will be a backing stitch on the bottom half. So when you actually because you trace it on and do Vlisafix, so the tummy goes in the middle. I'll show you. This part is in the middle, and it goes there. You'll be able to see. You just sort of place it over there, and then you stick the hands over. I don't know if you can see that. The actual hands are separate, and then I've just stuck it over the tummy. So the bottom of the tummy goes here, and then you put the little hands separate over that. That's how you put him together, because I wanted to have him, they have got sort of like a pinky light tummy. Okay, but I think he is adorable, my little froggy. Okay, okie dokie. So what we're going to do is we're going to start on the edge, and we're just going to do, get my little thing, a satin stitch, which is just a straight stitch really close together, going across. That's why you do really need to draw it on there. So what I would recommend, what I did with this, your little pattern, where is it? Is it that way? Yeah, that's the wrong, that part you put on like that. So yeah, once you've got the Vlisifix on there, put it up on your light box and maybe draw it on beforehand. What's this little pattern? Oh, that's something else. There we go. Yeah, trace it on. So you've got a guide to know where you're going. I could probably stand up a little closer. Whoop. So satin stitch, go from one bookmate of the end down to there, go back under, come back right next to it, go next to that, and then it gets a little bit lower, so you're going to have to go lower than that again. A bit like the fox or whatever it is. It's a bit like colouring in. So, and then we're going to go around the outside of it as well with the black, like as in around here. And your eye will be completely covered, but then we come back with a white or a really light cream, and then do a couple of stitches in there for the with a colonial knot or a French knot. To do the eye sparkle. Oh, it would probably almost be easy doing this in a hoop. When you're doing satin stitch, it probably is not a bad thing doing it in a hoop. Okay. Having a sip of tea. This is why I only do one eye at a time, because it can be a tad boring for you guys to watch, but not if you're going to be participating. Okay. I do think he is rather cute. I've got a couple of little bits and pieces that are a little bit odd. I've got the snail on the mushroom. He is very cute as well, and it's been put on a little bit of it's a bit 3D, the actual top of the mushroom. It's being put on a little bit of quilt. Okay, oop, try and get in there. So how are we all going, guys? I hope you're enjoying this block of the month. I've had some good feedback from you, and you seem to like it. I really enjoy doing the fox. He's beautiful. I just love how he's turned out. So I probably am going to maybe make my book, like as in I might make the outside of my book soon, if I haven't already, like, because this is all pre-recorded. I'm doing this way ahead of time. So I mean, you see this in April, I'm probably doing this in March, or you know, late February or early March or something like that, because I've got to be a little bit ahead of the game. I need compo, I tell you. I'm constantly pricking my finger. Okay. I think it's probably going to bleed, that one. No, lucky. And I know I'm not the only one that has this problem of pricking myself. So what I'm going to do now is I will leave that black in, and I'll go put that out of the way once again. I've got a couple of little thready bits from when I stitched it on. Oh, that really hurt. Now, here we go. Okay, looks pretty good already. Now, I'm wondering whether I go this creamy colour rather than the white, sort of halfway between the white and the cream, because I think the white will just be really stark, because they're very warm colours. So sometimes it's nice to use a bit of an off-white. Here you go, ecru. Okay, and so basically with this, it's the same as what I've just done there, but we can start here, and the holes are almost already there. Okay, and he starts really small on the other one. I think my thread is probably a bit too long. Yeah, the second part is a little bit easier because you got something already there, and I find it goes like you know exactly where you're going to stop. It's the first starting off bit that does take a little bit of time sometimes. There we go. Now, it doesn't pay to have your thread too long, because it always knots. There we go. Might help if I pull that down a bit. Not having much luck today. There we go. I've got constant plans flowing around in this brain of mine for new things that I want to do, which is yeah, that's what a creative brain is like. Okay, this is going to be such a gorgeous piece when it's all done, as in this book. Really be so nice. I mean, you could probably, if you wanted to, because there's 12 pieces, it would make a really nice wall hanging as well. You would just have 4 rows of 3, and it would make a really nice, because they're all woodland animals, like a woodland animal quilt or wall hanging. The size, at my average size that I'm doing, I did have someone ask me and I've tried to answer, but my computer was a bit annoying and it didn't work. I've done it 7 by 9. That's the size I'm doing. This one, I'm making a different one for me, but this one can be turned into a journal cover. I'm making this one for a friend, so she'll have this one, but I just need to show you guys how to do it, and this is the kit that you're getting. I've got a friend that actually helps me put my kits all together, and she really loved this frog, so I thought I'm going to make it for her. It's the least I can do. It's like she helps me out all the time. I thought I'm going to have to start paying her. But she really enjoys helping me put the kits together, and we get together and you know, have a good old chat and good friendship time. She just enjoys having time away from kids, I think, as you do when you've got kids at home. Now, okay, then take it under the bottom, and when you do set and stitch, it's the same on the other side. It turns out the same. So, you know, take that under, and then we're going to do the same on here. Okay. And then when it's not a bad thing having a fair bit in there. What I might do is I'll pause it, and then I'll come back when I finish doing that part, and then I'll show you how to do the French knot. Okay, I'm back again. That's looking rather cute. Now, I thought to do a French knot, but I don't think I'm going to, because frogs, it's more of a little slit. So we'll go, still got this, and we'll go where we think the middle is, or where we think that is. Come in through there. You can't really see it, but you will once the white is there. And then we'll go across. I think we're probably going to do 2 just straight stitches going across, to make it a little thicker, and that's as easy as that. Yeah, there we go. Cool. And then I'm going to get I'll stitch that off, and then I'll use this for the other side. So same thing on the other side, and then I'm going to double go around it, because they're dark on the outside as well, the little. Keep this aside, and then where are we? And then we go around the actual eye. With a backing stitch. Okay, here we are here. So we'll probably start, where are we? Start here just on the where the white starts, and then just do a backing stitch all the way around. Hopefully you can see that. And backing stitches where you go back this way and then back into the hole. So little stitches like that. Because the thing with frogs that make it stand out is the big googly eyes, so you really do need to make these eyes stand out. Okay. Okay. And then we continue all the way around, and even on the side here, even though it's black on black, just to give it that it's the same width all around, you need to go on there as well, like here. There we go. Go in. Okay. It's a bit harder when you've got little. It's very close to the edge there. Got to be careful. There we go. And if there's some of the stitches and all that are a little bit uneven, this will hide it. Which is good. Okay. Now, see these little stitches here? I think we may do them, I don't know whether we'll do them. The little nose will probably just have a couple of little stab stitches in the, you know, like what I did here, just a straight stitch there and there on the nose. So, but there's a couple of little lines here and here, and I don't know whether I will do them in the black or a sort of like another darker colour. Nearly back to where we're meant to be. Okay, back in that last hole and going across there. And since I'm close, I might go and do the little nose. Tiny little nose holes, sort of going on a bit of an angle, like, you know, like that. That and like that. That's all where they are. Not too hard. And I thought while I'm here, I could probably do these little marks in the black around. I'll probably just move that out of the way. Now, there we got the little nose and the stitching around it. So, what's the time? 24. Okay, not too bad. I'll just pause it for a sec. Okay, back again. Got myself some of this sort of peachy pinky colour. If you can get a lighter pink, that's good too. So we're going to start on the top little mark, that one here. And what we do on this one is that we're going to do a stem stitch. So you start out like that, and I think most of you know the stem stitch, but for those that don't, is you go like that, and you go close to the top, the first one, then do about that gap again, and you go in the hole there. And the stem stitch, it just makes it a little thicker, which we do want to have this a little thicker. And it's quite a quick stitch. Okay. Now, because you go back into the hole, and it's quite a quick little stitch. Yep. Once again, it's quite long because I'm going to need a fair bit of this, and so it's annoying when you first start, but then after that it's okay. Where are we? Okay. Now when we do the second little part, like this part, it's a back stitch like what we did around the actual eye, because I want that to be a little thinner. And then the little marks along here, I might even pencil them in. It's just going to be like a straight stitch but on an angle, and then slowly get less and less. Sort of use that as a guide. So, and that's all that is just a straight stitch, but they're enough apart to because it's the shading. Once you want to sort of give it that mouthy look, like it's got a mouth. And then that's all I'll do on this video. These little marks along here, they're done in the pinky colour as well, just here. And I think they're just done with a backing stitch because we don't want them to be too thick. When you want something to be a bit thicker, you do a stem stitch. Like these, I'm going to do a bit of a stem stitch because we want a bit of texture in there. Okay. Okay, getting there. And then when you get to here, you just sort of finish it up. And then start here. And then we do a very quick backing stitch. This is why we need to, either on a window or a light box, trace out the pattern onto it, because, like, you know, either with pencil or whatever it is, enough so that you can see you've got a bit of a guide of where you're going. So there you go. And just like that, he's got himself a mouth and one eye. My husband's come home. He's come home on the scooter, so I can hear it. So I probably need to pause it because I reckon he might come barging in. Yep. Okay. A knot, of course. Okay, well, I'll pause it and I'll be back in a tick. Okay, we're back again. I've done all the way to the end, so that's just a little running stitch. So I think it's easier if we start back on that top end rather than making small to big. So just to make it a little bit easier for yourself, go away all the way through the back. Then we will just do a couple of stitches going across. Use that stitch that's along there as a bit of a guide, because it's got to remember it's only get a little bit smaller. You sort of start off in the corner and go big, and then a little bit smaller as you go along. Maybe one more here, a little bit of a dot, and then I'm going to go back through the back, and so it's not quite satin stitch, it's just a bit of a, I think it come out a little bit longer there, and there we go. Go back. You have one that's a little bit longer, and it progressively gets smaller as you go. Oop, bit of a gap, bit too wide, I think. So yeah, no mistakes, you just go back. Okay, then go on a bit of an angle across. I'll just sit down, it's just so much easier for me to sit down. Okay, so we're going on a bit of an angle across, just to okay. Once I got my bearings, I was right. It's always the way. When you know your time is nearly up and you need to finish up, it always unthreads. Okay. Sorry guys. Okay. Now, on a bit of an angle, come out, and then do it. Just use that as the guide. And I'm probably going to go all the way to about there, and then I'll be done. So there you go. You can sort of see what the look I'm trying to achieve there. Okay guys, well I'll be back in the next one. So this bit here, we're going to just do a straight stitch with those, and then around the arms, little hands, I will go and do a back stitch with this colour, the green colour, and because it's being back stitched on here, you don't really need to do it because you've put the arms over the top of the belly, so you just do a back stitch along here and along there in that pinky colour, and then I will come back and we'll work on the pod for the next one. So you do that same technique on the eye, it's just a bit smaller. Okay, well thanks very much guys, and I'll catch you in the next part when I will have the other eye done, and it'll look a little bit more done. Okay, hopefully that was clear enough for you, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.